Today, we're going to be going through some of the best prospects inside of the UFC and determining whether or not they're going to be contenders in the future or pretenders.
Yes.
So, our...
Yes, that is so true.
I was waiting for you to chime in. All right, so kind of what a contender is someone who's going to be in that title picture in the future, fighting for that belt, future champions, you know. Pretenders are the guys that aren't going to be fighting for that belt, you know.
Well, let's not say future champion. Let's just say they make it to like that, you know, that top 5.
Yeah,
like,
you know.
they could be in it for
Yeah,
a
they're in the
shot.
title picture.
Yeah, but they don't become champion necessarily.
Yeah.
Because else there would be probably one person on this list.
Yeah.
And that's Peyton Talbot. Obviously, the Peyton Talbot title run starts now. But we're just going to be writing C or P.
Because...
Not together because that's bad. All right, first prospect we have on the list, Bo Nickel, or as Paul Costa likes to call him. Do you know what he likes to call him?
Bo Bickle?
Nope.
Big Red?
Nope. Think of a certain N-word.
Oh. Does he actually?
Yeah.
Is Paul Costa even black?
No. All right. He's a pretender.
Contender.
Bro, shut up. You're so annoying.
This is one of your 4 pillars. This is one of your 4 pillars right here.
Wait, let me change this. Contender. Yeah. As I have historically said in my 4 pillars of the UFC, Bo Nickel is the next champion from you.
I think he 100% gets into that title picture.
Yeah, maybe. You know, Paul Craig, you know, no one does that to Paul Craig, man.
Yeah, Paul Craig beat Big Ang.
Yes.
I'm MMA mathing it.
Some people say Bo Nickel could be the 205 champ at this point.
Ooh.
Big Ant gets the shot. Yeah, I think Bo Nickel is a good fighter for sure, but middleweight is just stacked right now. You know, you have to beat murderer's row, death's row of contenders out there. You got Kyle Borello, Imavov, Shimaev, Dricus, even Whitaker and Izzy.
Yeah, but you give it a couple of years, those guys get older.
Yeah, and I guess Bo Nickel is still really young.
Yeah.
And still so much to develop in his striking.
So you just give him time. Slow burn.
I think top 5 is definitely possible.
Yeah.
For him.
All right, next guy. The guy we mentioned in the intro, Peyton Talbot.
Pretender, bro.
Pretender. Unfortunately, 6 months, you know, pre his last fight, 2024, we would have never said this, but
he's pretending to be straight. That's what I mean.
I think the way that maybe he doesn't have enough focus on the UFC, on mixed martial arts.
Yeah, if he breaks up, if he has a crazy breakup with Frank Ocean, maybe he goes on title run.
But
gives him the motivation.
I mean, for him being around the same age as Umar, could you ever see him beating Umar?
Hell no.
And yeah.
But Umar is going to retire in 2 years. That's just the biggest anyway.
But here's the thing is, I want to see that Raw Roses Jr. fight now.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Beats Peyton Talbot now?
Maybe, dude. Honestly, I think, yeah, probably. All right, next up, Bahamondes. He's decent for sure.
He's decent, but that's not what it takes.
Yeah.
You got to be great.
Yeah, just I think the size of him, like, it's going to be tough if he goes up against some of those, like, a high-level grappler, Makachev, or even a Sarukian, you know. I just don't see Bahamondes having the takedown defense to ever deal with one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know, he has great striking, great accuracy. The way that he sat down freaking Torres, I think his name is, in the sphere with the same shot twice. And like, the accuracy is next level. But, you know, Makachev doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
He's just shooting.
And he's good. Like,
Sure.
These are all guys that'll probably be in the rankings.
Yeah.
But legit title contenders is tough.
Joshua Van is our next person. This is tough, you know?
Yeah, give it to me.
I'll go with contender.
Contender.
It's close.
I got to make sure I put these in the camera frame, or else
Yeah.
Lucas yells at me.
Shut up. It's close because he's already been beaten by some of the lower level people. It's not like he's this undefeated, crazy prospect. But sometimes those are the guys
That's
that
what
do
we
the
look
best.
for nowadays.
That's very true. Good takedown defense, like nothing crazy, but very good volume boxing. Almost Max Holloway-esque in like he's just so good at volume punching, but Max Holloway is impossible to take down.
Yeah. I think, too, we've seen guys at the top of flyweight who are contenders, Kai Kara-France, Manel Kopp, who are primary, and even like a guy like Steve Erceg. They're just pure strikers, basically.
That's true.
Asakura was a title contender. Next guy up, Chiwiwi, Raul Rosas Jr., champion by 25 or 22.
Yeah. So,
Champion by 20?
one more year?
Pretender.
Yeah. He's another prospect that's like probably going to make it to that top 15, maybe even top 10. But his striking just hasn't looked anything special. And I know he's really young. Yeah, he's really young actually. So he could be in the UFC for 10 years. But it's like you're taking damage, you know? Not everyone has Max Holloway chin where you can be in the UFC when you're 22 and still be an incredible fighter at 33.
Well, and here's the thing is starting at 18 is no different than starting at 20 or 22. You're still taking the same amount of damage. Not like, by the time that you're 35 and that 22-year-old 35, it's like,
Yeah.
But
and
it's like,
sometimes it's better to wait because you build up that confidence in the regional scene. Whereas Chewy was just thrown straight into the deep end, hitting flying arm bars.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we'll go with Vinicius Oliveira.
Ooh.
He's low-key kind of cracked, bro. And he's in bantamweight. So you got to think about the bantamweight rankings. I'm going to go with contender.
And it's crazy. I'm going pretender because he's my guy.
He is your guy.
But I just don't know if I see quite enough.
Yeah.
He's exciting.
I think...
but Michelle Pereira is also exciting.
Yeah, Michelle Pereira's future champion.
I think my P's are backwards right now.
You forgot how to write a P?
Oh, guys.
That's what dyslexia does to it, man. And autism.
Add it to the list of things I got wrong with me. But yeah, I think that Oliveira's great, but I just don't know if he's skilled enough. But he also is, I don't know.
Well, think about the takedown defense he showed against Said Nurmagomedov. And I think the grit is a big thing. He's like a JDM where he just doesn't give up, always throwing to the last second. Even if he's in close fights, lands that flying knee, gets the win over Oliveira. I'm impressed.
Gets the win over himself?
Nurmagomedov. I'm very impressed with his increase in level,
He's a close one.
Yeah.
This is me being a stickler.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Sean Woodson.
Oh.
Lanky boy.
Easy pretender.
Yeah.
He may not even win this weekend.
This weekend? Is he fighting this weekend?
No, sorry. He's
314.
314.
Yeah, Dan Ige is a tough matchup for anyone, especially the clash of pocket boxing versus at range kickboxing.
Yeah, and he's huge, but I just can't see a guy being a contender the way that he pulls his shorts up so much.
He has such a weird build. I think any grappler is gonna have a field day with him.
Yeah,
locking up those legs, it's gonna be too easy.
Just Evlo just eat him up.
Yeah, Joel Alvarez is our next person.
Easy contender.
C for champ, brother.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, we're obviously high on him. Next matchup could be a big matchup for him. It could be
BSD is kind of the way it's looking right now.
Yeah, or even. They're crazy. So they'll do a top 10 matchup, He's the Carlos Prates of lightweight.
Stephen Thompson?
No, that's the wrong division.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm saying, they'll push him as much as Carlos Prates. So he could get a top 10 matchup. Maybe
Dariush?
Yeah, Dariush. Chandler, if Chandler loses against Paddy. There's a lot of big matchups for him. And he's a massive lightweight. So high on him for sure. Let's go with Chase Hooper.
Ooh, Chase Hooper?
We'll go pretender.
Oh,
I think it's too early for me.
It is early, but seeing the improvements we see him make fight to fight in terms of his striking, we know that his jiu-jitsu is unreal already. Yeah. I'm pretty confident in Chase Hooper that he's going to be a staple in that lightweight division. 10 years from now, the way that we look at Gaethje, Poirier, Holloway, Hooker, Oliveira, those guys at the top of lightweight now. On the way
he's going to be Oliveira. Joel Alvarez can be Poirier.
Yeah. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
Same thing with Oralby. Oralby will be up there.
I just think it's so early to tell. He's still 25. He has a lot of time. And he's only beaten old guys, Yeah. Old and young. Old guys and then trash guys. Yeah. So it's hard to tell. Next up, Brian Battle.
Oh, easy.
This guy is the biggest pretender, bro.
He's older than all of the welterweights and just not as good yet. You look at those young, he's grouped in with those young welterweights and with these welterweight prospects, but he's older than all of them.
Yeah, and that Randy Brown fight was rough.
Oh, he looked so bad,
to say the least.
What was he, 4 pounds overweight too?
Yeah, I guess
his cut must have been terrible.
Yeah, and then before that, he had the fight against Kevin Jousset, which at the time we were like, oh, that's a good win. And then Kevin Jousset goes out there and loses to someone on his debut. So it's Brian Battle might be cooked. He is close to the rankings, though.
Yeah, he's probably one fight away from the rankings.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's so stacked up there that I struggle to see a world where he goes on a title run.
His his punches just have no pop to them, you know? He just throws them out there hoping that they hit him in the face. Next up, we got RDR.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
I'm going Pretender.
I'm going Contender here, oddly enough. I think that there's a path for him.
There is a path for him, but the reason why I'm going Pretender is because everything we've seen from him in the UFC has looked actually really, really good. But if you go back and look at his one record, he lost his last 2 fights by KO.
Ooh.
In one, which I don't love for his future. And it's not like he's a young buck anymore, you know? Siri is not going to know who RDR is, but I'm guessing he's probably 33.
I was going to say 32, so right around there.
Yeah, you know. 2 more years to build up that. I just don't believe it.
I don't know. I just feel like the UFC really likes him. Like he already has that name value built up a little bit. So
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible for sure. Zhang Mingyang. Hell yes, brother.
Champ.
Dude, I love Zhang Mingyang. He's so powerful.
My goat.
He's definitely going to win that Anthony Smith matchup, I hope, unless he puts on an Ibo Aslan level.
If you lose to Anthony Smith, who has 1 foot in the retirement home, that's a tough loss. But yeah, he's probably one of the prospects I'm most confident in to be future champ.
Yeah, has decent cardio for a light heavyweight. I think
trash division.
That's really the only thing you need to beat these light heavyweights.
Division with good cardio.
Yeah,
he's got it.
Yeah, I will be pissed if Anthony Smith randomly pulls off one of his good performances and just guillotines him, subs him.
Way.
Like, I'll be so pissed. Remember when we thought Vitor Petrino was like this Brazilian god, and then he just gets subbed and then KO'd? Mm-hmm. Frick. If that happens to Zhang Mingyang, I'll kill myself.
All right, Lucas, how do we feel about Wang Kong? Wang Kong, contender or pretender? Contender.
Contender.
And I don't know if it's purely skill either. I think that when you look at women's MMA,
aura.
They can kind of push people how they want it. You know, and
well, the rankings don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's a decision battle every time. Yeah. So, like, if she could be like the 8th ranked women's flyweight, and they'd be like, Shevchenko, we're running this.
Yeah, I just think that there's no one good coming up in that division. So there's not even like, I'm trying to think of that. Natalia Silva might be the only one, but I can't remember. She might be bantamweight.
What's the Canadian girl? Is she?
Juice Davicius? Yeah, she's good for sure.
Isn't she? She's flyweight.
I think she might be flyweight. Yeah, I'm so bad with women's flyweight. Like, it's just the Mickey Mouse division. But Wang Kong's actually like a great striker. Yeah. So if she can nail down that prayer level takedown defense, might have a shot.
All right, I got a heavyweight for you. Taliesin Teixeira.
Oh, that is tough in heavyweight.
I'm going pretender. I feel like he's the type of guy that's literally one knockout. Like, he just gets knocked out once and the career's over.
Yeah, like, I just think that he's a kickboxer, so he's so skilled at striking. And dude, I'm telling you, I don't think half of these heavyweights train. You know what I mean? Like, what are they good at? They're not good at wrestling. They're not good at striking. What have they been doing their entire life?
And I think if you look at a guy like Taliesin Teixeira, his body is so big, that thing is just going to deteriorate so fast.
Yeah.
Like, it is not meant to be doing what he's doing.
What is he, 6'7"?
6'7", 260 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, his body's going to deteriorate fast.
Yeah, but he looks bigger. Like, he looks bigger than Volkov, and Volkov's supposed to be 6'7".
Yeah.
You know? So he could be like 6'8", potentially, or like a legit 6'7".
Yeah.
Some of these guys are lying on their resumes.
They're bumping it up a few
like
numbers.
you in high school basketball.
I never played high school basketball.
6'3". Dylan Rose, point guard, 6'3".
I would have been running the big.
All right, next up, we got Navajo Sterling.
A little deep cut here. These people don't even know who that is. Pretender.
You know why? Because he's from City Kickboxing. Enough said.
Yep.
Like, yeah. He looked okay in his debut. He looked good on the Contender Series, but he's so tentative, you know? That striking from City Kickboxing is just not doing the job right now. So
never bet on anyone from City right now.
Exactly. And he does have a fight scheduled in the next like month or two.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember who it's against, but it's against a nobody. So he'll probably get a title shot in a year.
All right, moving on. Last guy for the video, Mick Parkin.
Literally because there's no one else.
There's no one. He beats Tybura. He's fighting for the belt.
Tybura fraud checks him, and then somehow he still gets a title shot.
This guy's been main eventing a London card within a year.
Oh, for sure.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thanks for telling them to subscribe. make sure you guys go into the comments. Let us know what are some other things that we can do with whiteboards. What are some other videos you want to see in this style? Let us know. We'd love to film them. While you guys are down there, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Appreciate all the love and support.
We should do a hot or not based on our viewers' profile pictures. That'd be fun, bro. Start a second channel.
Oh, we're cooked. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
See ya.